the Watch Symposium. I'm Austin, and this is
Brandon.
All right,
Yeah.
and
Maynard in Japan.
Maynard in Japan. That's right, or Brandon, henceforth known as Brandon, his real name.
Yeah.
All right, so here we are, and last day I'm in Osaka.
Yep.
It's been an awesome host, and appreciate it, man.
Yeah. Glad you came. It's been fun.
He cooks a mean quiche. Let me tell you, puts my wife's quiche to shame. I kid you not.
Sucks for you, but I'm happy to hear it. I'm happy to hear that.
It does. All right, so he has his collection here. It's a 4-piece collection. We're going to take a look.
5-piece.
It's a 5-piece collection. Okay. Is it a combo meal deal hunger buster?
Yeah.
We'll see. That's the question. All right, so we're going to turn the camera around, and I'm going to give him a collection review. Let's go.
Live collection review.
All right, first one.
Yeah. All right. Let's do it.
All right, here we are. So Brandon's going to introduce each piece in the order in which he got them. All right, Brandon, so which one was your very first watch?
Very first one was the Tudor Black Bay.
Tudor Black Bay. All right, so that's this one right here.
Yeah.
And tell me briefly about this watch.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it was the first Black Bay ever produced. Burgundy bezel, at a movement. I bought this as my first kind of luxury watch, I guess, entry level luxury. It was my first really good watch, I guess. I had been into watches for many years before I got it, but this was when I decided to take my collection in, I guess, the right direction.
All right, and so you bought this pre-owned?
Yeah, I did.
And you have it on a leather strap, but it has a bracelet with it.
Yes, I do also own the bracelet.
Excellent.
But I tend to wear it on a leather strap in the winter.
And so how long ago was it that you got this?
I got it over 4 years ago now. I got it just after my daughter was born.
Okay.
She's 4. So.
Right on. So, and what kind of accuracy do you notice with it?
I'm getting about +4 a day right now.
Okay. All right. Excellent. And I'll give you this back. All right. And number 2.
Number 2 was actually the Rolex.
Rolex.
The
all right.
Submariner.
Would you say that this is your flagship piece?
I would say this is the...
You're not really much of a Rolex fanboy, so maybe I would say it's your flagship piece.
But
the cornerstone is some people
I gotta say,
call it.
I gotta agree with you. It is the cornerstone. It's the most versatile watch in my collection. It's kind of the most timeless watch in the collection, I suppose. And I'm sure it will still look good 50 years from now.
And so you got this how many years ago?
I got this about 3 years ago.
3 years ago.
3.5 years ago, yeah.
All right, and so most people are pretty familiar with the sub, so I don't think you need to introduce this, but this is clearly no date sub 114060. It's got the thicker lugs, which pretty polarizing. Some people like them, some people love them. You like them. You like these fat lugs, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I don't mind them.
All right. Now, I think that they're going to slim down the lugs for 2020. What do you think?
It's a possibility. I think a lot of people have been complaining about the fatter lugs, so but does Rolex really listen to our complaints at all?
Probably not, but I have a feeling they will. I'm putting my money on that, but I could be very wrong. They tend to sometimes double down on what we think are mistakes.
Right, yeah.
But if so, I think this will become collectible, and it'll probably get some cool name like the Fat Boy or something like that.
Yeah.
Which was funny.
They had the Datejust Wide Boy, but
yeah. And the Fat
Boy Submariner
and the Fat Lady GMT.
Yeah.
I've always preferred the pre-ceramics because I like the thinner lugs on that. But the second they discontinue it, I'm gonna love this watch.
Yeah,
because that's the way I work.
You tend to do that.
And that kind of weird.
Yeah.
And it's got the engraved rehot.
Yeah.
All right.
As all modern ones do.
All right, so we're not going to really talk prices except for this because you bought it 3 years ago. Now, obviously, you can't find this at an AD. You have to buy this on the gray market. About what are they running on the gray market?
I've noticed in Japan here them going for about 1 million yen or over.
1 million yen. Look at that condensation from my fingers. Look at that. All right. Anyway, 1 million yen. Okay. And all right, tell us the amazing price that you bought this for.
I paid 689,000 yen.
Which roughly in USD was.
I remember doing the currency conversion on that day when I bought it. It was just over 6,200 USD.
$1,200. That's amazing. I mean, I think you probably purchased one of the cheapest 11460s anywhere. I mean, you got it below retail.
Yeah, I mean, back then you could still do that.
That was 3 years, just 3 years ago.
Yeah, and actually that day when I bought it, I was able to walk into an AD, one of the ADs that we went to on your trip here, and they had this one in the case, and I didn't buy it at the AD because I knew I could get it cheaper than retail.
Wow.
And so I passed up the one at the AD, and I got this one instead.
Well, that was good buying.
Thanks.
Stating the obvious there. Yeah.
It's paid off.
All right. Excellent. So he doesn't mean it's actually paid off because he went into debt. He means it's paid off getting in early. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So, and then what do you think of the Cerachrome bezel insert? What's your feelings on that?
Yeah, I like it. I think it adds a bit of a dressy element to the watch.
The shine. Right?
Yeah, the shine, kind of makes it.
To me,
it's a pretty much an all brushed watch, on most of the surfaces. So,
to me, it's the thickness that and the shine that I find kind of off-putting. But
yeah, and I can understand that.
Yeah, and I'm kind of coming around to the maxi case and the maxi hands. Is it called a maxi? Maxi dial.
Maxi dial.
Yeah.
Maxi dial.
And I believe this is called a super case.
Super case.
Right. And it's got the glide lock, and you like that?
Yeah, I love the glide lock. The glide lock is super useful.
And it was running what kind of accuracy wise? What was it running for a while?
For a while, it was running about plus 3 or so.
Plus 3. Okay.
Yeah. But then I dropped it, or I should say I dropped it. It fell off the shelf in my closet, face down. Fell about 4 feet, face down, and onto the wooden floor.
Jump to what?
Now it's like plus 12 a day.
Plus 12. Okay, so I can. I mean, that's the thing about these mechanical watches. People say, "Oh, they're tough." Rolex can take anything, and that's true. I mean, they'll keep ticking, but they're so finicky as far as dropping them that it you have to treat them like they will break if you drop them.
You really do. Yeah.
All right. Well, I love this piece.
Thank you.
It's is it my favorite piece in your collection? Well, I'm kind of biased, aren't I? But and you got a box and papers?
Yeah, box papers, everything.
All right, excellent. So here I'm going to hand you this. Okay.
You.
All right, and what was the third piece?
Next was the Stoa Flieger.
Stoa Flieger, okay.
Flieger blue. Yeah.
All right, so and you got this how long ago?
I got that a few months after I got the Submariner.
Okay, all right. And so this is
so about over 3 years ago now. But,
Pilot Swatch.
Yeah.
And what's the millimeter?
This is 40 millimeters.
40 millimeters. Okay. All right. So not as big as a lot of the Pilot watches out there.
Yeah, and the original Flieger watches were 55 millimeters. So this is a much more wearable, modern size for the everyday person, I guess.
So the Tudor and the Sub Black dial. This is a blue dial, and so this is a theme in your collection. You want to introduce your philosophy on dials?
My philosophy is I don't want any more than 2 watches with the same dial color.
Okay.
So for black dials, I have my Black Bay and my Sub. So my black dial slots are now filled. So I need other dial colors. Now this is a limited edition Flieger. They only made 100 of these with the blue dial. And it took me months.
100?
Yeah,
wow.
100 pieces. It's numbered on the back. And I think mine is number 28. And it's also numbered on the rotor.
26.
26, yeah, sorry, 26. 26 of 100. It took me months to track down this one with the blue dial, but I'm glad I did because it's been a great watch and I really like wearing it. Super comfortable.
All right, and it came on the strap.
It came on a different strap, but this is all. This is a Stoa strap that I have on it as well. It came on a strap without rivets, but I feel like for a Flieger watch, the rivets are the look you want to go for.
All right.
So, yeah.
All right, and so hand this to you. Okay, and then number 3, I know the answer to that was the GS,
4, yeah.
right?
The GS.
Oh, number 4, 4. Okay, and all right, look at the dial on that.
Yeah.
Green dial. I used to not like green watches, and I think it was the Kermit that sort of started to change me. And then I realize with the Kermit, I love the look of sunburst green,
Yeah.
which is what this has. So
Yeah, sunburst
this is a beautiful Seiko. It's obviously a GMT,
Yep.
spring drive, and do you want to briefly
Sure. Yeah.
tell about
this
this
is
one?
the SBGE 033. It was a limited edition. Again, I find myself gravitating toward limited editions, not simply because they're limited edition, but because they offer a little bit something extra and unique and special. In this case, it was the green dial that really drew me in. Green is my favorite color. Always has been ever since I was a little kid. So, this is limited to 500 pieces worldwide. Mine is, what is it, 256? Yeah, 256 right there, numbered on the case back. I got it for my 30th birthday about a year and a half ago.
All right, excellent. And I'm condensating your watches here. I don't know if that's a verb, but I'm doing it. All right, and the last is your newest acquisition. You got it a week ago.
I got it about a week ago. Yeah.
All right, and this is the Striking 10.
This is the Zenith El Primero Striking 10th.
And so, now, why is this more unique than, say, just a regular chronograph? What does this do?
Okay, well, this utilizes the El Primero's 10 beats per second.
Should I show him?
Beat rate. Yeah, sure, go ahead. This utilizes the El Primero's 10 beats per second, beat rate to its fullest extent. There's a 2-layered extra clutch wheel in this movement, as opposed to the standard El Primero movement, that allows the chronograph second hand to make a full sweep of the dial once every 10 seconds. So if you stop it, you can measure accurately down to the 10th of a second. So,
right, that was...
Yeah, so that was...
7 and...
So,
7.9.
Yeah, total that was 27.9 seconds.
So just the accuracy of this is amazing.
Yeah.
And Zenith, I always call it Zenith. You correct me. It's Zenith, right?
Zenith, yeah.
They make a strike. Was it called a Striking 100 now?
It's called the Defy El Primero 21.
All right. So that's really cool. I mean, this is
Started again. It's so fun to watch it.
It is.
Yeah.
And so you got this a week ago, and now you have the strap for it, the dedicated strap, which is an alligator strap, you said?
Yeah, it's a black alligator strap, but I'm not much for black alligator.
Okay, and you've taken it off to keep it minty?
Yeah, to keep it minty, and also because I'm just not much for black alligator. So.
And then while we were here, we inquired about what a bracelet would cost.
Yeah.
And so how much would that be?
Bracelet, if I get it from the AD, would be 143,000 yen.
143,000 yen. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Quite steep, but I think I'm gonna try to track one down on a watch forum.
All right. Sounds good. Okay, so I'm gonna hand this back to you.
Okay.
All right. So this is the collection review part of it, right? Where I talk about your collection. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Besides the Rolex. Shittas!
Shittas!
I'm just kidding. Okay, obviously I had to say it. Okay, so let's start with the Tudor. So hand me the Tudor again.
Sure.
Let me give you my impressions of the Tudor.
Yeah.
All right. So, and you do have the bracelet now.
I do.
I think it looks best on the bracelet. And
yeah,
do you?
I know you're a bracelet guy.
Yeah. Do you just wear it on this for comfort?
Yeah. Honestly, I think the bracelet, the edges on it are a bit sharp for my wrist. So I tend to wear it on this particular suede strap in the winter.
Right.
I really like how this strap complements the dial. I feel like it goes really well with like the burgundy of the bezel and the rose gold of the hands and indices.
Okay, you think a lot about straps. I mean, you have a lot of straps. You mix and match and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so okay, now here compared to the sub, this looks like almost like a gray dial. So, yeah, I mean, it's different.
It's a matte black.
So does this sort of check off your box for being a sort of a different dial color?
No, it's still a black dial in my opinion. But yeah, as I said, these two fill up my black dial slots in my collection.
So stylistically, I gotta say that I actually prefer this. It looks more vintage. You got the
And especially on the strap, I think that contributes to the vintage look.
Right, and you got a thinner bezel insert, and it's aluminum. It's got kind of that cool color, and it's got the gilt. What is it? Minute track.
Yeah, the gilt minute track and the Tudor logo.
So
all the printing on it is.
So if I wasn't a Rolex fanboy, and I was just looking at things purely objectively, I'd say this is a better looking watch. I think case wise, I'm not a fan of the thickness of this case. I think this looks much better.
I agree with you.
Now it's your sort of first good watch, so I don't think you can really get rid of it for sentimental reasons. But I would say of your collection, this is probably, in my opinion, the weakest link.
Is it?
But
more so than the Stoa.
No, actually, you're right. Right, the Stoa is okay.
Stoa's a shit at.
Well, it's the Stoa. Yeah, you're right. It's not. Plus, it's not my kind of watch. But the thing is, according to your sort of philosophy of not doubling up on dial colors, this doubles up. Plus, it's a diver, and really a lot of people. I mean, if you're just look, it's different. So it totally is doable, but. In a way, it sort of it doubles up everything that this does. I think you could say that this does, and maybe a bit better.
I mean, I'm not against doubling up on dial colors, but tripling up is what I'm against.
Okay, so you're totally done with black dials.
Only two of the same dial color.
I mean, you've got the no crown guards. That's really cool. I mean, it's much more of a vintage look, and I really like the snowflake hand. Mm-hmm. The Tudor snowflake hour hand, objectively, I think this is a better looking watch. But of course, if I were faced with purchasing either of these two watches, I'd definitely obviously a Rolex because I'm just sort of biased in that direction. Right. But you can't get rid of this watch because it's your first. So plus it's sort of your beater of the bunch, right?
I do wear it a lot. I wouldn't call it necessarily a beater, but I wear it quite often.
Right.
And plus, sentimental value. I bought it right after my daughter was born.
Oh, so. Yeah. Okay. Well, you've got that association. So
it symbolizes the rebirth of my watch collection and the birth of my first child.
Yeah. And it'll hold its value, so there's no really reason to get out of it. Plus, this is ETA. I think ETA is the one to have. I think it's more collectible, probably.
This was the first Black Bay, too, so I think in the future that will be the one to have,
and you notice
opposed to the later version.
ETA, because that self-winding is sort of smiley self-winding there on the dial. All right, so yes, I approve of this. What can we say about this? I mean, it's great that you've gotten into Rolex. You've checked off that box. You did it at exactly the right time. If you had waited,
you knew I wanted a Rolex.
Well, I mean, if you had waited, you have to pay out the nose for one now. So that was I don't think anybody has done better on probably any other Rolex ever. So excellent. All right, cool. And let's go on to the third piece, and I'll tell you what I think of that one. All right, so Stoa, and I mean, look, I'm not much into pilot's watches. It's just the aesthetic I don't really understand. They're almost a little too simple for me. But if I were a pilot, it would totally be different. I think I would really be into them. It is a simple, attractive watch. It's kind of cool that it's limited edition. I love the blue hands. Yeah, you can see.
Yeah, they're blue hands.
I think the blue could pop a little bit more, but if it did, it might not go with things, and it might be a little too much.
In the right lighting, this style is very dynamic, so you really need it shows a different shade of blue in a lot of different.
Okay, so in sunlight, yeah. I mean, if it was say like a 5-digit bluesy color, that could be a little too much.
Yeah, I kind of agree. Yeah.
Because that looks a little too playful for like a tool watch, but I'm not much of a fan of big watches either. So the fact that you got a 40 millimeter, I think is great. So not my style, but as far as Fliegers go, this is probably the best Flieger I think I've ever seen. And it's got and it's got the date at the 6th. Look at that. That's perfect.
It's perfect because today's the 6th.
Look at that.
Right?
So one day a month, and it's like the stars align, and all is right with your Flieger, right?
Yeah. It just so happens today's that day. So.
Yeah. All right. So So this is and look, it's got a display case back. That's really nice. And now, are these expensive watches?
They're a bit over $1,000.
Okay. All right, so I think Archie would say this is a shitter.
Of course he would.
All right,
and it doesn't really fit in with your philosophy of like under 200 or
right,
over 5,000.
Right. So yeah, because I'm about real cheap watches
or
but
just going all the way.
Yeah, but see the thing is, I think this works because the mid tier is usually people choose the mid tier because they want something better, but it's like they don't want to pay the money. But see, the thing is, you wanted this.
I did.
Mean, whether it was 5,000 or 1,000, like this is what you wanted. So
it
so
is
it makes,
what I wanted.
Yeah.
And like IWC makes a similar watch, but I don't feel like the IWC Mark series offers the same value really, because like you pay $3,500 used for the IWC, and you still get an ETA movement, whereas this has a top grade ETA movement as well. Mm-hmm. And Stowa was one of the original 5 manufacturers of Fliegers, along with IWC, so the history is there. Mm-hmm. And it offers pretty much everything that the IWC offers at a much better price.
Mm-hmm. If the lighting is perfect, see how that minute hand stretches out to the minute markers? I love that. But if the lighting is not, then
it kind of looks a little stubby. Yeah.
Right. But actually, it's perfect. That's okay. So. Obviously not my style, but it totally fits with your collection. You've got your Flieger, and so totally prove that.
Cool, thank you.
All right, and then
Grand Seiko next.
Grand Seiko. So you live in Japan, so you kind of have to have a Seiko and a Grand Seiko. You've got the green dial here. Now, it's a GMT. I love GMTs.
Yeah.
And
I love GMTs as well.
So. It's a spring drive, and so, I think if you're gonna go Grand Seiko, well, I'm such a fan of automatics. I'd probably go high beat, but the thing is, spring drive is such a GS thing that it makes perfect sense to have that. And
for sure, yeah, that's one of the reasons why I was drawn to spring drive. It's very, specific.
And my complaint with spring drives is usually they come in like 42 millimeter cases.
This is a 41.
41. Okay, all right. It actually looks fine. I'm not.
I think it plays smaller diameter wise.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna kind of try it on, but I have on this. But it doesn't look too big at all. So
it's a little thicker than I would like, to be honest.
Really? Okay, it's got a thickness thing. But all right. So what kind of accuracy does this have?
I don't even bother checking it because it's so amazing.
Okay.
I mean, the spring drive is so accurate. It's it's under like a quarter of a second a day. It's phenomenal accuracy.
And so, did this ever come on a bracelet?
It did not. This model came on this strap. Was only sold on this strap. However, today we're gonna stop at the Grand Seiko boutique, and I'm gonna inquire about getting a bracelet for this watch because there are some standard production models with the same case that do come on a bracelet, so I could fit a bracelet to it.
So
that's what I'm interested in doing that.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask you about because I'm a huge fan of metal bracelets. So if it did have a dedicated bracelet option, I would say definitely get that. But even if they just have one that you can buy, maybe they're not as picky as Rolex and they'll let you sort of mix and match. Do you find yourself wearing this less because you don't want to get this dirty and sweaty and
honestly, I don't wear this one as much as I feel like I should. So I think if I had it on a bracelet, I would wear it more.
Right. Okay. So that would be what I would be doing going forward, getting this on a bracelet, because I think if this were on a bracelet, it would look even.
Yeah, it would look phenomenal.
Yeah, 10 times better.
I've seen someone put this particular model on a bracelet, and it looks amazing.
Yeah, because. Look, I mean, I guess some people like it, but you've got the green there, and I guess it goes well enough together. But if it was just all that metal color, it would make the green stand out even more.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's what I would do. All right, and then the last piece.
One is a good old Zen.
All right, you have gone through a few of these that didn't quite. There were one had a mechanical issue. I had to send it back, and then another had an error error on the dial,
Yeah.
and so he has been after this for literally years.
Yeah,
So
this is over 2 years now, and this is the third one I've bought. But I'm happy to say that the third time was the charm.
yeah, all right. And so you've got your chronograph, and this is like I said, you know, a great chronograph to have because it is so unique compared to just something like a Daytona or a Speedmaster. You got that striking 10 aspect, and now you want to get a bracelet as well. That's what I would do.
Yeah, I'd like to get a bracelet. Although I do really like this watch on a strap. This, especially the strap that I put it on.
Okay.
Right now. Yeah.
All right. So you've got your dive watches. You've got your dive watches. You've got your GMT. You've got your chronograph.
Yeah, and a pilot watch.
Yeah, and the pilot watch. Do you have a three-hander? Is the dive watch, the Tudor's a three-hander, yes?
Yeah, the Tudor's a 3-hander,
Okay,
no date.
all right.
And also my Submariner is a no date, so yeah.
Wow, all right. And, I mean, I got to say, it's a really well-thought-out collection. You got the different dial colors. You know, function-wise, you have everything you'd really need. So, I got to say, it's pretty perfect, you know, pretty perfect for you. Obviously, you know, I can be picky about what, like, you know, Fliegers and that kind of nonsense, but I think you've got a really balanced collection, balanced color wise, style wise, function wise. The question we'll leave the viewer with is what are you going to go with next? And I'm going to turn around the camera and we'll put that question to Brandon.
Yeah.
All right, so going forward, what should Brandon do? So let me tell you what I think he should do, and then we'll hear from him, and he can sort of tell us. And we got about 5 minutes before we get kicked out of the hotel, right? So, all right, so I think that he doesn't need anything that's pretty perfect, and I'm not just saying that because he's a nice guy, and he's right in front of me. All right, you know, it's well thought out. It's not like a money-driven collection. He's thought about each one. So let me just get that out of the way before you say you're too easy on him. Okay. It is a great collection. So I think he needs some hot horology. Okay. And does he need a dress piece? He doesn't look like a dressy guy. You don't wear a suit a lot.
I don't.
Okay.
No, I never wear a suit.
But you know, it would kind of bring everything together. Now, he could go with a few different options, cheaper options, like something like a JLC. I think he should go all out and get something like a Holy Trinity piece. Of course, of the Holy Trinity, Patek is the top.
Yeah.
I think a Patek in that collection would just make it perfect because you would have that top piece, just one Patek. So, well, you know, of course, the more complicated and beautiful Patek, the better. But just a simple three-handed Calatrava would be totally passable. Hopefully, it would have a display case back. That's a very expensive thing. So, you know, in a like ideal world, I don't know how feasible that is, but that right there, if you just put one Patek in, I would say get out, Brandon. Just put in the Patek.
Call it quits.
Call it quits. You're done. You're done. But of course, you know, Pateks are really expensive, and he's a watch collector. So while I say that, I don't think he's gonna do it, and I don't even quite think he should do it because he loves watches. He sees beauty in mid-tier pieces as well, and so to say that he should spend 20 plus grand on a watch and get out, for him is probably not a good idea. I think he should actually find something that checks off that hot horology box, but is still affordable, and then use that other, you know, 10,000 USD to further explore, things, which I know he wants to do. You're a lifelong explorer, right?
I am, yeah.
Lifelong explorer, horological explorer, or addict.
Sure. Yeah, addict.
So you're not looking to get out. I'm looking for satisfaction to get out.
I'm not looking for an exit watch, really.
Okay, all right. So yeah, I would say then maybe something that checks off that hot horology box, but you know, but more affordable than a Patek. So let's hear from Brandon. What are you going to do going forward?
Okay, well, I agree with you, actually. I agree that something, you know, hot horology would be probably the best choice for the next watch. and I want something that is respectable, but also kind of unique and not too boring. So I think I have a good idea. This is a piece I've been considering for a long time.
All right.
In fact, but now that I have the Zenith, and I sold 2 pieces recently, so now I just have the 5 that you saw today. This kind of really cements this watch as kind of the next step, and that is a JLC duo face, small seconds.
2 watches in one.
Yeah, 2 watches in one, which I really like. That is purposeful.
Yeah.
Because the first, the standard dial, just your, classic Arabic numeral, reverso dial, beautiful, goes with anything. But you flip it around, and this is the version that I like. It has a tiger's eye dial on the back. Yeah, which I think really suits me, because I want something that's unique, and you don't see a lot of tiger's eye dials, and plus I don't have a brown dial. Tiger's eye is a beautiful type of brownish gold.
I mean, there you go. So that's a perfect choice, because he's got that's 2 watches in one. When you flip it over, you got, you love dial colors and dial styles, so you get two
perfectly,
2 in one. You wouldn't want to go straight up tiger dial, because that's a little too much.
A little too much, yeah.
But when it is, you just flip it back over.
Having the reversibility.
It's a perfect idea.
Is a great.
Okay.
Great thing, so.
Yeah, thumbs up for that. Plus, you get this square case.
Yeah.
Now, I was saying to him that he doesn't wear less suits, doesn't look like a dress-up kind of guy. No. I'm not either. And I said, I don't know if that would just go with casual wear. You think it does?
I think, I think there's something cool about wearing a dress watch with more casual clothing.
I hear you.
You can change the strap, like put on, say, like a vintage style leather strap, and change out the alligator or whatever, put on something that looks more vintage, and I think that can suit like the silver dial quite well. And when wearing it on the silver dial side, I would probably put it on like a purple strap, because I love purple. Purple and green are my favorite colors. So I think it adds a playful element to a dress watch.
Right. So yeah, I can see that too. Yeah. That philosophy, because like I love Datejust, and I think nothing looks cooler than like a steel Datejust on a guy with like board shorts and like a Hawaiian shirt, and flip-flops, or a t-shirt, mongering in Southeast Asia. Right. Mongering, not required. But just like the beach bum look with a Datejust. You got that beach bum sans Datejust, and it's like, okay, just a beach bum, right? But you got the Datejust on there. It's like, oh, okay, that's just cool, Right. And the JLC in a really casual attire setting, kind of I can see that similar. I think that's a perfect thing. I think he should go forward with that, and that would give him that hot horology, not so expensive. You could
it's about 10 grand.
Okay,
I find so
more affordable, and honestly with the double dial, you're gonna get more mileage than that, than a simple Calatrava or something like that. But of course,
it might not have the punch.
It's not gonna have the punch, but
but I mean, I'm a lowly English teacher anyway, so what would I be doing wearing a Patek?
All right, guys. Well, hey, let him know what he should do if there's ideas that you have for him. And he thinks that stuff pretty well. So, but if you have a better idea, be sure to put it in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Take care. See you next time. Thank you, Maynard.
Thank you. It's been been great fun.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we're out. We got 3 minutes to get the hell out of here.
Let's go.
All right. Take care.
Later, guys.
This wheel running right here. That's the additional wheel for the Striking 10th. It's always running, and I think it's kind of cool to see. So.